coffee shop, that little independent place with the worn armchairs and the smell of roasted beans hanging in the air. He was a few people ahead of you in the queue. When you got to the till, fumbling in your bag for your wallet, the barista smiled and said, "It's already been taken care of." He pointed to the man now sitting by the window, who gave you a warm, almost shy smile. He'd bought your oat milk latte. How lovely, you thought, a small, simple act of kindness from a stranger. It felt like a scene from a film, a little moment of serendipity in an otherwise ordinary Tuesday afternoon. He gestured for you to join him, and you did. Why not? The conversation was easy at first. He asked about your day, your work, what you were reading. He seemed genuinely interested, leaning in, maintaining eye contact, and laughing at your jokes. He complimented your taste in books and even your choice of coffee. For a moment, you let your guard down thinking, "See? There are still good, kind men in the world." He was charming, attentive, and he had just done something incredibly sweet. You felt a flicker of hope, the kind of quiet excitement that comes with a new and unexpected connection. Then came the moment that changed everything. After about 20 minutes of pleasant chat, he said, "We should do this again sometime. How about I get your number, and we can go for dinner this weekend?" Your heart sank a little. It wasn't that he wasn't nice enough. You just weren't feeling that spark. It was a simple lack of romantic chemistry. So you gave him a polite, gentle smile and said, "That's so kind of you, but I'm not really looking to date right now." It was lovely to meet you, though. You expected him to be disappointed but understanding. That's what a truly nice person would be, right? But that's not what happened. The warmth in his eyes vanished, replaced by a cold, hard stare. His smile tightened into a thin line. "Oh, I see," he said, his voice dripping with a sudden shocking bitterness. "So you're happy to take the free coffee? Let me waste my time talking to you, but you're too good to go on a date?" The shift was so abrupt it felt like emotional whiplash. He wasn't just disappointed, he was angry. That simple cup of coffee wasn't a gift, it was a down payment. And in that moment, you realized you hadn't met a nice guy. You'd met a man who used nice as a currency to buy what he wanted. Let's get one thing straight right away. Genuine kindness is a gift, given freely and without any expectation of a return. It's holding a door open for someone because it's a helpful thing to do, not because you hope they'll turn around and give you their number. It's offering a compliment because you genuinely want to make someone's day a little brighter, not because you're trying to earn points that you can cash in later for affection or a date. True kindness is selfless. It finds its reward in the act itself, not in what the act can get you. It's a one-way street of generosity, not a two-way toll road where you have to pay to pass. The toxic nice guy, however, operates on a completely different system. For him, kindness is not a gift. It is a carefully calculated investment. He performs acts of niceness, buying you a drink, offering you a lift, showering you with compliments, with a very specific outcome in mind. He believes his good deeds should accumulate like credits in a bank account, which he can then withdraw in the form of your time, your affection, your body, or your validation. He isn't being kind to you. He is engaging in a transaction with you. The problem is, you are an unwitting participant in a deal you never agreed to. This is why the rejection stings him so much. When you say no, you are not just declining a date. In his mind, you are breaking a contract. You are a faulty investment that failed to deliver a return. You took his nice gesture but refused to pay the unspoken price. This is where his entire persona crumbles. The friendly, charming man disappears, and in his place emerges someone bitter, resentful, and often cruel. He feels cheated because, in his worldview, his niceness entitled him to a specific reward from you. He sees himself as the victim, the good man who was taken advantage of by an ungrateful woman. You must understand this fundamental difference. A genuinely good man might be disappointed by rejection, that's only human, but his disappointment won't curdle into anger or entitlement. He will respect your decision because he respects you as a person with your own feelings and autonomy. The toxic nice guy doesn't see your autonomy. He sees you as a goal to be achieved, a prize to be won through a campaign of calculated kindness. His actions were never truly about making you feel good. They were about making himself get what he wanted. True kindness liberates, transactional niceness obligates. So how can you spot this behavior before you're stuck in that awkward, uncomfortable, and sometimes frightening situation? The signs are often subtle at first, masked by a convincing performance of charm and attentiveness. One of the first indicators is what I call over-investment. This is when a man you've just met comes on incredibly strong, showering you with excessive compliments, grand gestures, or intense, probing questions about your deepest emotions. While it can feel flattering, it's often a tactic. He is trying to accelerate intimacy and create a sense of obligation and connection far too quickly. Genuine connection builds slowly. A forced connection is often a trap. Another major red flag is the way he talks about other women, especially his exes. Listen carefully. Does he describe them as crazy, ungrateful, or users? Does he paint himself as the perpetual victim in all his past relationships, the hopelessly romantic nice guy who was always wronged? This is a massive warning sign. A man who takes no accountability for his past relationship dynamics is unlikely to take accountability in a future one with you. He is creating a narrative where he is always the good guy, which means that if things go wrong between you, guess who will be cast as the villain? That's right, you. Pay close attention to his reaction to small boundaries. This can be a simple litmus test. Maybe you say you can't text right now because you're busy with work, or you decline a last-minute invitation because you have other plans. A secure, respectful man will say, "No problem, talk later." The toxic, nice guy might react with a subtle punishment. This could be a cold, one-word reply like fine or K. It could be a guilt trip. "Oh, I was just really hoping to talk to you." He is testing your boundaries, and his passive-aggressive response is designed to make you feel bad for having them. Finally, watch out for the woe is me language. This is where he constantly talks about how hard it is for good men like him and how women always choose the bad boys. This isn't just low self-esteem, it's a manipulative tactic. He is trying to elicit your sympathy and position himself as a rare, precious commodity you should feel lucky to have. He wants you to feel like you need to rescue him from his loneliness and prove that you're not like other girls. This victim mentality is a way of preemptively blaming you if you don't give him what he wants. It's a subtle but powerful form of emotional pressure. To truly understand the mindset of the toxic nice guy, we need to introduce a psychological concept, the covert contract. This term, popularized by psychologist Dr. Robert Glover, describes an unspoken, unwritten, and unilateral agreement that one person has in their head without ever communicating it to the other person. The nice guy lives by these covert contracts. He believes that if he performs his part of the deal, being nice, buying you things, being a friend, then you are automatically obligated to perform your part, offering romantic affection, sexual intimacy, or a relationship. The key word here is covert. It's a secret deal. You have no idea you've even entered into an agreement. From your perspective, you were just the recipient of a kind gesture. You were having a friendly conversation. You were treating him like a human being. But in his mind, a binding transaction was taking place. He was ticking boxes on his side of the ledger, fully expecting you to balance the account. This is why the rejection feels like such a profound betrayal to him. It's not just a no. It's you defaulting on a loan he believes he gave you in good faith. This covert contract is built on a foundation of entitlement and a lack of genuine respect for your autonomy. It assumes that your feelings, desires, and decisions are not your own to make, but are instead a predictable response to his actions. It reduces human connection to a simple, mechanical formula. If I input X, niceness, I am guaranteed to receive Y, affection. This completely removes your agency from the equation. You are no longer a person with a complex inner world. You are an automaton that is supposed to dispense a reward when the correct buttons are pushed. This is why his behavior can feel so confusing and jarring. One minute he is the epitome of charm and consideration, and the next he is angry and accusatory. He is not having a mood swing. He is revealing his true motivations. The niceness was just the means to an end. When that method fails, he sees no more reason to continue the act. The covert contract has been violated, and in his eyes, he has every right to be furious. Understanding this concept is crucial because it helps you realize that his anger is not your fault. It's the result of an absurd and unfair expectation that existed only in his head. When the covert contract is broken, the toxic nice guy often resorts to a darker tactic: emotional blackmail. This is a powerful form of manipulation where someone uses your own emotions, like guilt, fear, or sympathy, against you to get what they want. His kindness is no longer just a down payment. It becomes a weapon to hold you hostage. He will use his past good deeds as evidence of your supposed debt to him. The subtext is clear. After all I've done for you, how could you be so cruel as to say no? It's a strategy designed to make you question your own judgment and feel like a bad person. One of the most common forms of this is guilt tripping. He might say something like, "I guess I just misread the signals. I thought we had a real connection, but clearly I was wrong." This statement is engineered to make you feel guilty for leading him on, even if all you did was have a polite conversation. Another classic is, "Fine, I get it. No one ever wants a nice guy like me anyway." This is a pity play designed to make you feel so sorry for him that you reconsider your no just to soothe his wounded ego. He is making his happiness your responsibility, which is a burden you should never have to carry. This manipulative behavior is the absolute antithesis of real kindness. True kindness empowers, it doesn't entrap. A genuinely kind person wants you to feel good, full stop. They don't want you to feel indebted, guilty, or pressured. A man who uses his niceness to make you feel bad is not nice at all. He is a manipulator. He is leveraging social conventions of politeness and reciprocity to corner you emotionally. He knows that most people want to be seen as good and kind, and he uses that desire against you, framing your no as an act of unkindness. It's crucial to recognize this for what it is, a power play. He is trying to regain control of a situation where he has just lost it. Your no was an assertion of your own power and autonomy, and he cannot stand it. So, he attempts to emotionally destabilize you, to make you doubt your own decision. He wants you to feel so uncomfortable that you give in just to make the discomfort stop. Do not fall for it. His feelings are his own to manage. Your no is not an attack. It is a boundary. And anyone who tries to punish you for having boundaries does not deserve a place in your life. Section 6. Your 3-step action plan. How to respond with strength. When you find yourself in this situation and the mask begins to slip, it's honestly so easy to feel flustered, confused, or even scared. Your instinct might be to over-explain, to justify your decision, or to try and soothe his ego just to de-escalate the situation. But, this often makes things worse. It actually signals to him that his manipulative tactics are working. Instead, you need a clear, calm, and firm action plan. The first step is to remain calm and centered. Do not get drawn into an emotional debate. His anger and disappointment are his to manage, not yours. Just take a deep breath. Your goal here is not to win an argument. It's to exit the interaction safely. Step 2 is to set a clear and unwavering boundary. You do not need to apologize or justify your no. A simple, direct statement is the most powerful tool you have. Something like, "I've made my decision," or "I'm not going to discuss this further," is perfectly sufficient. Avoid phrases like "I'm so sorry," but as this can be seen as an opening for negotiation. Remember, no is a complete sentence. You are not required to provide a list of reasons for your feelings. The more you explain, the more ammunition you give him to pick apart your logic and try to argue you out of your own decision. Be firm, be clear, and be final. Step 3 is to disengage and protect your peace. If his behavior becomes aggressive, accusatory, or continues to push your boundaries after you've been clear, you must end the conversation. You have every right to walk away. You can say, "This conversation is over," and then physically leave the space. If you are communicating via text, you can state your boundary and then block his number. Do not allow him to continue his tirade. You are not his emotional dumping ground. Removing yourself from the situation is not an admission of defeat. It is an act of profound self-respect. It is absolutely critical that you do not reward his bad behavior by changing your mind. If you say no, then he gets angry, and then you give in and say yes just to make him stop. You have taught him that aggression and manipulation are effective tools for getting what he wants from you. This sets a dangerous precedent for any future interactions. By holding firm to your no, you are not only protecting yourself in the moment, but you are also refusing to validate his toxic worldview. You are sending a clear message. My boundaries are not negotiable. Section 7, the litmus test, how a genuinely good man reacts to no. Let's be clear, rejection is never fun for anyone. It's totally okay for a man to feel a sting of disappointment when you decline a date. He's human. He put himself out there, and it didn't go the way he hoped. But the difference between a genuinely good, emotionally mature man and a toxic, nice guy is revealed in the seconds and minutes after he hears the word no. This moment is the ultimate litmus test. It separates the men who respect you from the men who simply want something from you. It is honestly the most telling moment you will ever have with someone new. A genuinely good man, while perhaps a little disappointed, will prioritize your comfort over his own ego. His primary response will be one of respect. He will accept your no gracefully. He might say something like, "Okay, no problem. I appreciate your honesty," or "Fair enough, it was still really nice talking to you." Notice the lack of drama. There's no guilt trip, no passive aggression, no sudden chill in the air. He doesn't make it awkward. He understands that you are a separate individual with your own feelings and that you don't owe him anything. He respects your decision because he respects you. Furthermore, a good man will not try to change your mind or debate your reasoning. He won't ask, "But why not?" or try to convince you that you're making a mistake. He recognizes that your no is not the opening of a negotiation. It is the end of a particular road. He values your agency more than his own immediate desires. This respect is the cornerstone of any healthy relationship, be it romantic or platonic. His ability to handle this minor rejection with grace and maturity is a huge green flag, indicating that he is likely to handle more significant disagreements and boundaries with the same level of respect down the line. In essence, a good man's reaction will make you feel safe, not scared. It will leave you feeling respected, not guilty. You might walk away from the interaction thinking, "What a shame we didn't have that spark. He seems like a really decent person." You won't walk away feeling shaken, confused, and questioning your own judgment. The litmus test is simple. Does his reaction honor your autonomy, or does it punish you for it? A man who passes this test is showing you he has the emotional maturity and respect that are non-negotiable foundations for any kind of healthy connection. Section 8. Common hunting grounds, where you'll meet the nice guy. While this dynamic can happen anywhere, certain environments seem to be more common breeding grounds for the toxic nice guy persona. These are often places where people are expected to be open, friendly, and perhaps a little vulnerable, creating the perfect cover for someone with ulterior motives. One classic location is the nightlife scene, like bars and clubs. Here, the gesture of buying a drink is so commonplace that it has become an almost institutionalized form of the covert contract. He buys you a 12-pound cocktail and then feels entitled to your time, your attention, or a dance for the rest of the evening. Interestingly, these tactics are also increasingly prevalent in spaces dedicated to wellness and self-improvement. Think of places like yoga studios, meditation retreats, or personal development seminars. In these environments, there's an expectation of emotional openness and a shared journey of growth. The toxic, nice guy can exploit this by positioning himself as a sensitive, enlightened soul who is on the same path as you. He uses the language of therapy and spirituality to forge a quick, intense, and ultimately false sense of intimacy. When you reject him, he can then frame it as you being closed off or not spiritually evolved. Creative events are another hotspot. This includes art gallery openings, spoken word nights, live music gigs, or writing workshops. These are spaces where passion and emotion are celebrated, and conversations can quickly become deep and personal. The nice guy thrives here, often presenting himself as a fellow sensitive artist or a deep admirer of your creative talents. He will offer effusive praise for your work, not as a genuine compliment, but as a strategic move to lower your defenses and create a sense of indebtedness. He's not appreciating your art, he's using it as a lever to get to you. The key thread connecting these places is a presumed atmosphere of openness and non-judgment. The nice guy co-opts this atmosphere for his own agenda. He uses the context of the environment, the expected friendliness of a bar, the vulnerability of a yoga class, the passion of an art show, as camouflage for his transactional intentions. Being aware of this doesn't mean you should become cynical and closed off in these spaces. It simply means you should continue to trust your gut. If someone's kindness feels more like a pressure tactic than a genuine gift, it probably is, no matter how enlightened the setting may be. Section 9. Your no is not an insult, it's your right. I want to end with the most important message of all, and I want you to let this sink in deep. Your no is not an insult. It is not an act of cruelty. It is not a reflection of you being ungrateful or a bad person. Your no is simply your right. It is a declaration of your sovereignty over your own body, your own time, and your own heart. You do not need a reason that is good enough for someone else. The only reason you ever need is because I don't want to. That is, and always will be, enough. You are the sole authority on what is right for you. For too long, women have been socialized to be people pleasers, to smooth over awkward situations, and to prioritize the comfort of others above their own. We are taught to be nice at all costs. even when it means sacrificing our own boundaries and well-being. The toxic nice guy phenomenon preys on this conditioning. It relies on your reluctance to cause a scene, your fear of being labeled a bitch, and your ingrained instinct to be polite. You must unlearn this. You must give yourself permission to be the most important person in your own life. Trust your instincts. That feeling in your stomach, that subtle sense of unease when someone's attention feels less like a gift and more like a demand. That is your intuition speaking to you. It is your internal security system, honed by millennia of evolution, telling you that something is not right. Do not ignore it. Do not rationalize it away because he seems so nice. Your feelings are valid data. If a situation feels off, it is off for you. And that is all that matters. Honor that feeling. It is there to protect you. You deserve relationships. All relationships, from the most casual friendship to the most committed partnership, that are built on a foundation of genuine respect, not on a hidden ledger of debts and obligations. You deserve to be liked, loved, and appreciated for who you are, not for what you can provide to someone else. You have the right to say no at any time, for any reason, without guilt or apology. Your boundaries are what keep you safe and sane. Never apologize for them. Stand in your power, speak your truth, and never ever settle for a love that comes with strings attached.
There's nothing wrong with attracting good energy. In fact, it's honestly pretty flattering when a genuinely kind man takes interest in you. But what if you're already committed? Today, we're diving into one of the most emotionally complex situations women often don't talk about openly. What do you do when a genuinely nice guy starts falling for you, but you're already in a relationship? This is for the woman who wants to honor her current love without crushing someone else's heart. Welcome back to Liz Elias, your guide for mastering love with elegance, clarity, and emotional intelligence. Even in a monogamous relationship, it's natural to build emotional chemistry boundary with others, especially when you're radiating self-confidence, emotional openness, and kindness. The nice guy, he notices your energy, your warmth, your loyalty, but you're not looking. You're taken. Still, that emotional gray zone begins to form. Can you emotionally cheat without meaning to? Yes. And honestly, it often starts with subtle attention from someone who's not your partner. Ask yourself, does he respect your relationship boundaries? Is he offering emotional support that your partner should be providing? Does he compliment you a little too often? If he's giving you boyfriend energy but knows you're taken, that's not just friendliness, it's hope. If you ever become single, just know I'd treat you like a queen. That's not harmless. That's a setup for emotional conflict. You owe him clarity, not guilt. Say something like, hey, I truly value our connection, but I need to be honest. I'm in a committed relationship and I want to respect it. if there's any confusion about us, I want to clear it up with love and respect. Keep it honest, kind, direct. If he pulls away, let him. That space is self-protection for him and for you. Whether it's a group trip to Lake Tahoe or just hanging at a weekend barbecue in Austin, you're going to cross paths. So, set the tone early. If he's texting you late, asking for emotional advice, or venting about his loneliness, stop. That's your partner's role, not his. And if you feel even a little guilty about the connection, that's your gut talking. Listen. Your relationship thrives when loyalty isn't just what you do, but who you are. Being loyal isn't about rejecting kindness. It's about protecting emotional integrity. If you're flirting with the idea of what if, ask yourself, is your current relationship lacking? Or are you simply being emotionally fed by someone new? Don't confuse being flattered with being unfulfilled. Here's a simple test. If this nice guy truly respects you, he he will honor your relationship, not undermine it. He won't try to win you over. He'll step back even if it hurts. That's real masculinity. You owe your relationship one clean heart, not a divided one. Sometimes we meet someone new and suddenly our current relationship feels like it's missing something. If that's happening, don't betray your partner by slipping emotionally elsewhere. Use this moment to reevaluate, not escape. Ask yourself, am I still fulfilled? Have I emotionally checked out? Do I still admire the man I'm with? Emotional clarity is power. Attraction is natural, but loyalty is a conscious choice. Just because someone new sees your beauty doesn't mean you owe them a piece of your heart. Protect your relationship by holding healthy boundaries. Honor the nice guy with truth, not confusion. And most of all, stay faithful to the life you've chosen. Because honestly, integrity will always outshine temptation. Let's explore some real-life examples of how how women have gracefully handled this situation. These stories come from different backgrounds and experiences, but all share a common thread: setting boundaries with kindness and respect. First, meet Sarah. She noticed a coworker, Ben, was always going out of his way to help her, and often asked her to lunch. Sarah appreciated his kindness, but she was in a committed relationship. One day, she gently thanked Ben for his friendship and mentioned her partner in conversation, making her boundaries clear without hurting his feelings. Ben respected her honesty, and their professional relationship remained strong. Then there's Priya, who found herself receiving sweet messages from a classmate, Alex. She valued his friendship, but didn't want to lead him on. Priya responded warmly, but made sure to talk about her boyfriend and her commitment to him. Alex appreciated her openness, and they continued to support each other as friends. Finally, we have Maria, who was flattered by her neighbor's attention. She invited him to group gatherings instead of one-on-one meetups. becomes clear through her actions. Over time, he understood and respected her boundaries. These stories provide practical insights and inspiration for anyone facing a similar dilemma. Remember, setting boundaries can be done with grace and empathy. Stay tuned for more heartfelt and empowering narratives. Now, let's dive deeper into expert advice on maintaining emotional boundaries, especially when you find yourself in situations where someone nice expresses interest, but you're already committed. Relationship counselors and psychologists agree that navigating these emotional waters requires both self-awareness and compassion. They stress that it's not just about saying no. It's about understanding your own feelings, being honest with yourself, and communicating with clarity and kindness. Experts emphasize the importance of honest communication, both internally and externally. Take time to reflect on your emotions. Are you feeling flattered, guilty, or confused? Recognizing your own responses helps you set boundaries that are authentic Regular self-check-ins are key. Journaling or talking with a trusted friend can help you process your feelings and clarify your intentions. Don't be afraid to assert your needs, even if it feels uncomfortable at first. If you ever feel uneasy, remember, it's completely valid to express your boundaries clearly and directly. Use I statements like, I value my relationship and want to be respectful to everyone involved. Empathy is another cornerstone. Try to understand where the other person is coming from, but don't let their feelings override your own needs or commitments. Respond with kindness, but remain firm. You can acknowledge their feelings without giving mixed signals or compromising your values. Experts recommend practical strategies. Limit one-on-one time. Keep conversations friendly but not flirtatious. And involve your partner in group settings when possible. Transparency with your partner builds trust and prevents misunderstandings. By following this expert guidance, you can protect your relationship, honor your commitments, and maintain Setting boundaries is a sign of respect for yourself and everyone involved. In conclusion, remember that every relationship is unique. No two situations are ever exactly the same. And the way you handle someone who likes you, especially when you're already taken, will always depend on your own circumstances, your feelings, and your values. It's important to recognize that there's no universal script for these moments. What matters most is that you approach the situation with kindness, honesty, and respect for everyone involved. What works for one person might not work for another. Maybe your best friend handled a similar situation by being super direct, while someone else you know chose a more gentle approach. Both can be right, depending on the people and the context. Don't feel pressured to follow someone else's path just because it worked for them. Instead, listen to your own instincts and trust your judgment. If you're ever unsure, talking things through with a trusted friend can help you see things from a new perspective and feel more confident in your choices. The key is to stay true to yourself and your values. Take time to reflect on what feels right for you. Journaling or simply spending a few quiet moments thinking about your feelings can help you get clear on your boundaries and what you want to communicate. Remember, it's okay to prioritize your own well-being and the well-being of your current relationship. Being honest and gentle doesn't mean you have to compromise your own happiness or comfort. Confidence comes from knowing you're acting with integrity and care. Thank you so much for watching this video and spending your time with us today. If you found these tips helpful, please give this video a like and consider subscribing to our channel for more advice on relationships, communication, and self-growth. We'd love to hear your stories. Have you ever been in a situation like this? How did you handle it? Share your experiences and any advice you have in the comments below. Your insights could really help someone else who's going through the same thing. Don't forget to share this video with friends who might need it. And we'll see you you in the next one. Take care and trust yourself. Drop a comment below if you've ever been in this situation. How did you handle it? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. See you in the next video. Stay emotionally intelligent.